this event and actually be part of it. That's the real prize, Flesh.
That is true. Captain's mode already capping out. MiTH-Trust playing as our Radiant side, or Sentinel for all the Dota 1 lovers out there. And TyLoo playing as the Dire or Scourge side. First when that came out from MiTH-Trust, it literally removed instantly. Did not need to think about it anymore. She's just an incredibly powerful and flexible hero as well.
It's so standard. Unlike Sven, Sven's not one of the standard stuns we have seen coming out. We've seen, well, actually, even the support hero hasn't really been a consistent support hero that always gets taken out. It's rotated around most of them. Windrunner, I have to say, is probably the only one which comes up most of the time, even though I look at her as more of a laner.
Currently, who would you say would go into the match as a favorite?
As a favorite, normally I'd say TyLoo, but TyLoo have been very, very iffy in their form of late.
That is true.
They just haven't really hit any form of stride, and MiTH-Trust, they're holding a lot of hopes of Asia right with them. I hate to say Asia outside of China, and I think MiTH-Trust actually can perform pretty well in this. It'd be like comparing Moscow 5 and V. It depends who gets that moment that changes the game around.
That's actually correct. MiTH-Trust, they've won 2 games already in the group stage, but still needed to advance to the lower bracket because of the time rating. And afterwards, they actually proved themselves by instantly taking out GGNet in a very impressive manner.
Yeah, GGNet, the only team to actually go out 4-0. So our sympathies do go out to them, but somebody has to lose at the end of these games.
MiTH-Trust playing out a Weaver, sort of a respecter and as well to How, who's playing under the nick of Love Sylvia. I don't know who Sylvia is, must be a very lucky wife then. TyLoo banning out Anti-Mage.
It's actually a guy. What?
Really? Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure then. TyLoo banning out Anti-Mage. Obviously they do not want the higher mobility carry to be in this game.
Yeah.
And first pick we are waiting for MiTH-Trust to pick.
Interesting to see how MiTH-Trust actually approach this as well. They like you can go aggressive. We saw MYM in our last game, and they were very, very open in what they're going to do. Like you've seen Beastmarks coming up early, Miranda joining up as well, and just basically just saying, you know what, these are the heroes we're going to go. Everything else is going to be support, but we're going to show you a hand early on. And sometimes it's actually a good way of actually doing it, because then you basically go, okay, I've got my heroes, my strat's going to work. The downside, however, of doing that is your strat's exposed and it can be countered well.
This time around, MiTH-Trust, they have first pick, and in this case, it will be TyLoo having the last pick, so they can actually go for a little bit of a surprise thing. And Windrunner we see being picked up as the first pick of MiTH-Trust.
Such a safe pick, man.
It's very, very safe. It's incredibly safe.
Yeah, I love Windrunner. Windrunner is able to do anything. She can play solo, the solo side. She can actually play support as well. Spectre and Beastmaster coming out from TyLoo.
They're not even thinking about it. They're instantly picking up Beastmaster as well as Spectre.
Just through these picks, you can already see that TyLoo are not feeling massively confident. That's we've got insurance for late game, but we've still got initiation if we need it.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're picking 2 trademark heroes of their own. Beastmaster, TyLoo's DD has always been using Beastmaster through this tournament, being very powerful performances all the time. And Spectre, one of the trademark heroes of the carry player, How.
Yeah. Spectre is awesome though. Spectre is awesome, but it generally requires a little bit of farm to actually get up there. And to see how Spectre actually goes with the farm and how long it takes to actually get to Vanguard and Radiance.
Yeah, well, sometimes we even seen Spectre skipping that Vanguard if her farm is incredibly high, trying to go to rush an early second relic if possible. But most of the time it's not working out. You need that Vanguard to be tanking up a bit and to actually stay on lane and not be suspected to that immense harass. MiTH-Trust picking up Leshrac already. Very, very fast pick there.
Interesting to actually see MiTH-Trust actually pick up Leshrac. Are we thinking a little bit of extra push? Are we thinking what here?
Most of the time Leshrac being played as a support hero who might turn into semi-carry later on the piece. Similar to Sven actually, but you always need that one initial stun. And MiTH-Trust are showing us that they use Earthshaker as their initial stun to do that. Yeah,
because Earthshaker, technically himself, I think a couple levels up, he actually has 2 stuns, and then his ultimate as well.
MiTH-Trust, they have an immense amount of AoE already. So they're already preventing TyLoo from picking any push heavy things. But TyLoo, they're not known as a team to actually run push strats anyway. But in team fight, current looks really good for MiTH-Trust. Leshrac, all 4 of his skills actually AoE damage. and Earthshaker as well. Obviously, was the one that has acquires the Blink Dagger. He can work with an Initiator. The more units that are around, the more damage he will do with his Echo Slam.
Yeah, I'm liking MiTH-Trust right now as far as team fights actually go, and it gives a little bit of 12 for MiTH-Trust. Like if TyLoo get a good advantage very, very early on in the piece, then you just basically go, you know what? Group fight, if we get it right, then we can move forward because we're going to nail them down the group fight. We can get back the advantage which we lost early on from just normal farm, which we know TyLoo is going to do. And yeah, maybe they can just use those team fights to turn this match around.
And Witch Doctor being picked up, one of the trademarks picked as well. TyLoo are one of the teams who are favoring Witch Doctor as a support hero in contrast to, say, Vengeful Spirit or maybe Lion. But we've always seen Witch Doctor being picked up, most of the time being played by the captain, Faith.
Witch Doctor's actually only appeared now the second time on the main stage. It did actually go last time with the push strap from, I think it was actually Navi.
It was MYM.
MYM?
It was MYM using Witch Doctor, a Mania Witch Doctor, very impressive play there, just to mention it. But so after that pick, we are into our second phase of bans and coming out from MiTH-Trust at first. They're gonna have to start banning. Looking at TyLoo's lineup, they got Spectre being supported as a carry. Beastmaster are mostly going to be solo mid. They need one more solo side, and MiTH-Trust are removing Enigma.
Yeah, I think they're looking to actually take out those side lanes, as well as side lanes which can actually push out as well.
That's still a bit surprised that I'm not seeing a Clockwork Goblin ban there, unless they want to pick him for himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Kabu, his trademark hero is Clockwork Goblin, is very impressive. Generally, Chinese teams love utilizing that Sage for his initiation capabilities and single out, take one hero out before the fight even starts. Venomancer being banned by TyLoo. Not quite sure why though. I mean, they already got the support heroes on Trust. They're currently what they're looking as a carry, and Enchantress being banned. TyLoo's a workers in the game. It is his trademark hero. And he's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, and that he won't be, so not really helping with the push. Fine enough though, it would have actually helped with Earthshaker's ultimate, not that much, but it still would have helped just that tiny little bit. Ancient Apparition, surprisingly she doesn't go banned until the last ban of TyLoo.
Yeah, this is maybe actually the case, because MiTH-Trust picked up Leshrac. Ancient Apparition was not picked up. Probably TyLoo were expecting them to pick up Ancient Apparition instead. But now that they have picked up Leshrac, they're banning Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, and Ancient Apparition, we've seen
how Trust will respond. I kind of got the feeling that Trust, they really want to run a Lack of Morphling once again.
Yeah. If they run up a Morphling and then, well, how would you go from here? Would you go one more for the support for a ganking? Would you go like a hero like Crystal Maiden? They're going to go gank, they're going to go Night Stalker. It's actually going to be the pickup. Currently
looking like a very impressive lineup there from the MiTH-Trust. Maybe what they want to do is gank with 4 heroes, let Morphling free farm.
Possible. Night Stalker can also probably solo a mid as well, considering you're going to be going up against Beastmaster in the middle lane.
So 2 melee heroes going up against the other, they should actually be fine for both sides.
The only downside is because it'll be daytime at the first outgoing, so Beastmaster will have the upper hand for the farm early on the piece.
Yeah, maybe they will have Earthshaker to roam around a little bit and help out in this case.
You can set up for the gank. With Leshrac and ES, if it is set up stun and then of course the chain stun, should be more than enough damage to actually help out. And of course Night Stalker does actually have that slow built in as well. So it is easy for them to actually get a kill on that middle lane if they decide to go that kind of lane. But I don't know, I've got a funny feeling that Night Stalker will actually go into the tri lane because he's got to be babysat during that first early period.
That might actually be true. That really depends on their last pick. And afterwards we can actually tell you what we think of the lineup. TyLoo eating into a lot of the extra time there.
I think they're just trying to think of a side lane solo at the moment. I don't even,
I'm still thinking of Clock or Goblin.
I'm thinking Clock or I'm thinking Puck. I'm thinking one of those two.
I'm thinking Clock at the moment because Kabu is playing. And there we go.
There's Clockwork Goblin.
CG really picked up by TyLoo, one of the trademark picks of TyLoo's Kabu. Currently, so the only hero that TyLoo are missing are the one that Work is going to be, and Lack of Morphling. Lack of Morphling.
We should point out right now, this Morphling, which we saw yesterday, basically dominated the entire game. He didn't even need the rest of his team. It was just him by himself. Lincoln's at 15, and then we had
Manta at 24.
At 24, and then it was just straight up. We had Butterfly coming straight after that. I think about 5 minutes after he got towards.
was really insane play by Lackel's Morphling. On the other hand, GGNet, they were not ganking that Morphling at all. So, Trust picking up Morphling once again. Looks like we'll be 4 protecting 1, while TyLoo are urging to do the same.
Reserve time.
And it's going to be interesting to see how TyLoo actually deal with this as well. Catching out Morphling, it's going to be hard to actually hold him in place, and there we go, we've got Vengeful Spirit coming in.
Probably it's going to be Faith playing Vengeful Spirit and a Work playing Witch Doctor instead then.
It's going to be interesting to see how Witch Doctor and Vengeful Spirit actually work together. I've got this funny feeling of a roam kind of ganking kind of style. Try and shut down those lanes as much as you possibly can.
Actually just swapping around. Seeing Faith on Witch Doctor and a Woke on Vengeful Spirit. Obviously, no-brainer. LK, Lackles on Morphling. And there's one player who has not picked it up, is AABBAA. Just gonna call him ABBA for convenience sake.
It sounds like a cheat code, man. It sounds like a cheat code.
Oh yeah, it does. Kind of already finished. And then this is one last hero left there.
Luckily, it'll be auto-selected in about 13 seconds, so yeah, you won't have to worry after that point. And we will get ourselves into this game across both teams. A lot on the line here, Slash. $1 million for first place. There's a little bit of prize money for the rest of it, but basically the 1 million and the pride of actually taking out the first ever Dota 2 competition. That's something which just etched into the Dota history books.
Prepare for battle.
No-brainer who's gonna play who. Which hero on the TyLoo's side, a Work on Vengeful Spirit. TyLoo 3D gonna go solo mid on that Beastmaster. Face supporting as a Witch Doctor. Cabo on that CG. And How on Spectre.
Yeah, this is
actually the call for pause comes out.
Yep, so the admin will be on top. So I'll try and work 1 and 4. There we go. Love that ping, man. Love that ping. And we're now starting up again. So MiTH-Trust versus TyLoo. Both teams have been dropped down to the lower bracket. Both teams must win this to stay in the competition to keep on the road towards the $1 million. That is the first prize here at the Dota 2 International Tournament. Big thanks to Valve as well for actually organising this even before the game has been released. This is their showcase of this game.
So currently it looks like they're rotating up there, with Spectre being supported by the 2 supporters. Actually no. Faith and How moving towards mid lane and DD rotating towards top instead.
10 seconds to battle.
TyLoo will be running a 2-2-1 strategy.
You still needed a hero up on the top. It's surprising we've actually got, well, Carbu's down the bot. Faith is, I think, just going down to the plate of ball. Gotta be careful! Fish is gonna be first! Morphling thinks about waving, but then thinks again.
The battle begins.
Yeah, just the Fisher catches Faith on the wrong side of the river.
Yeah. The other reason why Faith is actually there is to actually drop down that ward. And he decides to actually do a little bit more of a defensive ward, realizing he can't cross the river. And then still lets him watch that bottom room.
And really looks like MiTH-Trust are doing the same thing there, with Urshak is supporting that Night Sucker in mid lane.
Yeah, because he's just walking around for the ward. But Faith in the meantime, yeah, just gonna hang around that mid, look for the deniers to actually help out Lost Silver.
But already 2 last hits there for ABA and another deny coming out there.
The battle of the mid, especially when you have melees, it's always that little fun CS kind of style.
Kabu probably going to be harassed there by that Leshrak who's coming from behind.
Yeah, he needs to do this as well. Kabu actually is forced back. Even if it's only just playing Ring a Rosie around the trees, they still need to keep Kabu away. And that's, there we go, Leshrak actually gets the first vision of Kabu, even though they do actually have a ward watching him move in that lane. But yeah, they do need to keep him away from Morphling.
Around all the time.
How's actually Morphling going for his farm? Already with the first wave, 5 for 2. Watch that farm. Watch that farm. Spectre, however, is actually 5 for 2 as well.
Splitter's actually heaving on the Corporal Goblin there. And Night Sucker being harassed pretty badly by the Witch Doctor.
Yeah. We knew that was going to happen though, especially this early on in the piece. We knew Night Stalker was not going to have a fun time at this point in the game.
And we're going for a double pull there, but Earthshaker's Fissure actually doing something different, splitting the creeps up.
Yeah, he couldn't actually keep his own wave in, which is actually what DD wants. Allows DD to fight next to his tower for a lot longer.
He's still having a fairly hard time against the Windrunner. on bot lane. Kabu's already back at his tower, only trying to use rocket for last hitting.
Yeah, at this point, still, wow, look at him go. This guy's a last hitting machine. 12 for 4, the highest quick stats at the moment is 9 for 2, and that's with the support of Witch Doctor in the lane.
Got soon verified too. MiTH-Trust actually managed to claim a haste drone, so he's actually circling around, and again the call for pause comes.
Yeah, it comes from Awoke. So now, they are thinking, they're waiting for it. Leshrac actually wants to initiate here on the mid lane. We're not in nighttime just yet, but they're going to go up. There goes the first vision. The stun's going to go as well. The bounce stun from Faith. The hero restoration's up. The stun misses there from Leshrac, and they're unable to actually get that first blood in the mid.
Great play there by Faith, keeping his Spectre still farming. On the other hand, both of them are harassed pretty badly. And Spectre can only farm in on tower. Splitter's coming around but missing once again.
Look at Karpoo. He's like, how the hell do I actually stop this Morphling from last hitting? I guess it's got to be massively aggressive and just rocket everything. And Morphling is actually having a little bit of trouble, but he has actually already brought up his Ring of Health at 3 minutes in. In the meantime, very much.
He's not too loud, because it was just one thing.
That's true, man. That is true. So, let's roll out. Morphling.
Morphling still on the bottom lane, turning against Karpoo, going for a Goblin. And still he received that massive harassment, but he's out of mana now. And meanwhile, Trust, both of the supporters are hanging around in mid lane. Maybe they're actually thinking of going on that Spectre once again if he dares to cross the river.
Not this time.
It's interesting to actually see ES position once again. ES is just one of those guys I love watching, even when he's not actually being aggressive in the lane, just his positioning works out, as Faith as well as Night Stalker making a run for the regeneration. And Faith gets to actually take it.
How actually just using the Spectre to keep Faith through the keeps makes it easier for him to last hit. But they're actually going it. And this time around does hit. But does not look like it because Faith is eating actually keeps Silver or How alive long enough.
It's so hard to initiate when a Witch Doctor is there. The ability to actually have a stun, which not only stuns one person, it bounces around all the heroes. So you're always getting stalled when you're trying to actually initiate. And then the restoration heal. He's basically just a walking ward. However, surprisingly actually, Faith has actually put 1 level on Maledict as well, which is not a general build we see come out from any Witch Doctor in this current tournament.
Yeah. Stalker Golem firing a rocket down there.
Got to point out, Clock has left more. More vids in 5 minutes and he's 30 for 12.
This is lack of he's not missing any single last hit there.
If he wasn't at LAN, I'd actually be saying he has a computer playing for him. That guy's last hitting abilities is amazing.
Yeah, and they're still letting him farm though. They're really letting him farm.
I kind of want to watch this creep wave and see if he misses a single one. So far he's got 2 out of the 5. Clock's going to come in to try and stop him. Actually does, but then he actually decides to initiate. Waves up. Clock pops off his mini cogs. Wants to try and push Morphling back. Morphling's quite happy. He's like, you know what, that's cool, man. You can use up your mana. I'm still going to keep the damage up.
And the 2 supporters of MiTH-Trust will rotate to a top lane there.
Yeah.
Beastmaster should be a little bit more careful there. He's currently alone. And Urshaka, he's going to go, he canceled the fissure in the first place. Power coming over the top.
He couldn't get the positioning. He almost had it, but if he did, it would have actually pushed the Beastmaster onto the other side of the fissure, and no one would be able to attack him just then. So better to save up the mana and get the right hit. But because we know why they rotate, and we knew this was going to happen too. Night Stalker during the daytime needs support during the nighttime. He the boss. He the boss.
Yeah, it's explosive possible to kill a Night Stalker unless he actually tower dives. But they are now rotating towards mid lane again. I think they're going to go aggressive into this nighttime already.
They're going to go. Where's the stun? It's got a hit. It's got a hit. There it hits. Follows up with a fissure. Bounce done by Faith. Restoration's up. TP support's coming in. Night Stalker's actually a little bit in over his head. DD wants to catch up. Throws the axes. But DD is TP'd out towards the mid. Then has to run all the way back up again, fearing the death of Spectra. But Myth unable to actually get it, but still forcing Beastmaster to use that TP is still going to be worth that initiate.
And Clockwork got Cabo really trying to hinder that Morphling to farm up. So
It's hard to hinder him. He's 44 for 14. Spectre, however, is actually doing pretty well as well. 33 for 6. Still no kill though.
Night Stalker just TP'd bottom. They're thinking of going under Clockwork.
I'm going to actually TP in towards the back area too, just in case there was a ward on the bottom lane.
That actually goes to the side shop. Very lucky dodge there.
He actually ends up falling back too, realizing Night Stalker's missing from the mid. Nighttime is not a safe time.
And never is if you're on the opposing side of a Night Stalker.
Yeah.
He himself is going to just run back to mid lane and keep farming again. MiTH-Trust, they're looking to actually want to go the Spectre once again, but...
TP. VS is in the mid, we've got support coming up as well. Clockwork Goblin. Is he level 6? No, he's just level 5. And the timing is not right for his movement out. And because he's
back on the bottom lane, just farming.
Yes. Clock can't leave him. And someone's got to gank him. Morph just waves over the top. Forces Clock back. And he's gonna get the siege group as well. Clock's gonna look for the Night Vengeful Spirit now on the bottom lane. Gonna try and look for a little bit of a stun. Try and just push the Morphling back. There we go. Magic missile to start with. Clock's gonna look for the minis, so he can't get close enough.
Morphling already turning on his morph skills to actually morph a little bit of agility into strength.
Yeah. Sitting at 43 to 30. Because that is where Morphling is. The reason why Morphling actually has the name Morphling. He basically switches agility points. The only hero that can actually do it can switch his points between strength and agility. Intel stays the same, but he can make himself either more agile or more tanky.
Absolutely insane farm, and watching this. Normally you would say you have absolutely amazing farm if we're 10 minutes and you've got 50 creeps. This guy's got 58, minute 9.
Yeah, we are going to see our Perseverance at the same time again, or maybe not. There is a ring of ring protections up for him.
Yeah, he's going to need to turn it into Ring of Basilia to actually give him a little bit more mana regen there, because he's always using his wave for the last hit.
Void Stone comes in, so Perseverance is actually done. Still has another 1,500 gold in the bank account.
We might actually see another 15-minute Lincolns.
TyLoo knows it's going to happen. MUFC have used this before.
Sure they've actually watched it.
They have to have. Like, you can see all the stats. Magic Missile that pushes Night Stalker back as nighttime, those who doesn't really care.
Well, I'm actually fearing that TyLoo, they've been underestimating that team. And just not caring about it. Not wanting who they're
Bad Fisher! The fear goes on. Lovezilla double TP coming in towards the mid. They want to try and turn this one around. Vader's got to get there in time. The restoration is all that actually popped in the end.
Another try to kill that Spectre, which did not work.
Lock is now level 6, so he is looking to actually try and initiate here in the mid. Level 4, the Shrek looks very, very juicy. However, a Night Stalker still in the nighttime is not juicy at all. And again, in the meantime, Clock leaving the lane for no gain, and Morphling is still down there. Now up to level 9 as well. He is 3 levels ahead of the Clock.
And only 100 more gold to actually complete his ultimate orb as well. We will see a 15 minutes Lincoln, I believe.
Is it even 15? I think it's going to be 15, man. I'm going 13.
This is why mid lane, they're going it again.
A little bit of trouble. Spectra locked out with a fissure. Night Stalker as well. The fissure actually held Night Stalker in place. They're actually going to get this first blood. They do. Clock gets the kill.
TyLoo actually turned this one around. Beautiful counter gank there. Stalker armor coming in. Listening on the ulti, but his battery sword was enough to bring down that Night Stalker.
That Night Stalker, that fissure, he is going to be cursing at that, man. The run back could have been there. He should have actually run down at that point. But TyLoo managed to hold him in place. They get the first blood, the middle lane being Night Stalker as well. Big first blood.
And Morphling now with his Perseverance, he does not feel
Oh, look at him go. He's just going on Clock. Waving out there. Again, no strike. Trick never goes strike, man.
He does not need to really, because strike does not really do that much damage early game. Power getting healed up by Face and Aura.
Boom! There it goes!
TyLoo DD not having an easy time on top lane though, against the Windrunner.
Yeah, sitting at level 8. Where are we going for Windrunner at the moment? Still level 8 as well. Windrunner actually at 52 for 29.
Very impressive there.
Beastmaster actually at 42 for 12.
And Morphling still being left there to free farm.
Yeah, this is going to stop. Ultimate Orb is actually done now.
And it's up.
So is it, I think it's 1350.
Illusion.
Slower going now is back on the bottom lane. But Morphling does not even care, he just hits him a few times. And this time he's full mana, so he's got enough mana for 2 ways plus replicate.
They've got to try and gank Morphling down. He's one of the harder tierists to gank. But
They got Beastmaster there. I'm not sure why they're not going it.
yeah, Beastmaster, I think they just want farm up unless they're looking for the Beastmaster Blink Dagger and then they're going to go for it. But by that time, Morphling's going to be so strong that he can actually take the Roar and probably almost anything that the Dire can throw it at him. And then we haven't even thought about the rest of Radiant. Mid, Night Stalker's being a little bit closer. Vengeful Spirit does have that swap ability, so he can't get too close.
Currently daytime then. It's already daytime.
Daytime is not the time for Night Stalker to gank. You see those wings just come back in again. Can't spread his wings and fly. We do see Clockwork now with Smoke,
As
Vengeful
well as
Spirit.
circling around.
Yeah, they want to see if they can initiate. Middle beer clock! He's in! He doesn't cog! He won't need a cog! Lestrade gets brought down, Windrunner TP's in, looks for the power right over the top of Vengeful Spirit, who's caught inside the shackle. Good fissure as well. Faith with the Restoration actually caught the high ground on the Radiant side of the river, and Windrunner's going to go on the run. Shackle not going to go. Restoration will still pop off. Power shot!
Yep, you're dead.
Awoke thought he was safe, he gets the hit. Now Night Stalker wants to go. Fissure actually locking Night Stalker off once again. Windrunner can't go up, he can't power shot as well. Short 20 mana.
Great play there by Windrunner to finish that power shot off. Great prediction. And it worked probably. He did not even think that he could pace sprint being controlled by TyLoo's DD, but he's on really low HP.
Morphling. It's a 15 Lincolns, man. Just look at his
Dire's
money.
bottom tower is under attack.
This should not be the case. This should not be the case.
Yeah, it's the 14-minute Lincoln.
It's still 2-1 in favour of TyLoo. It's still...
Ordered.
Yeah. It's,
One kill, come on. It really does not mean anything.
it means jackball. In the world of Dota, while kills are good and important for actually getting XP and money, that's not what matters. What matters is the ability to actually take out a Rax and take out this guy. The ancient fortress of either side. Take that out and you get the win. All else just basically builds that point. Fade! Wave is up! Morphling is actually stunned for the moment. He replicates and then jumps to the replicant to bring down the retreating Witch Doctor.
And Lincoln Sphere coming in.
Yep. 15-18. And that was just the travel time added on.
Exactly. Lack of Morphling, incredibly fair. TyLoo's DD now actually moves bot lane, but what can he do against that Morphling?
Nothing, actually. Nothing can be done against Morphling unless there's 5 heroes there. They've got to be able to catch him out. And they've got to try and stop him, but even now with the Lincoln Sphere, stopping him is almost impossible. He's got so many escape mechanisms, plus now the ability to actually stop, well, if he gets stunned, if he gets anything like that, doesn't have any effect on him.
True. Targeted stun didn't work on him.
Incoming!
So Vengeful Spirit's magic missile on Witch Doctor's bouncing stun, the paralyzing cast, as well as Beastmaster ultimate even.
Invisibility.
Nice Stalker, jumps into it. Looking
Radiant's
around.
middle tower is under
there it
Wouldn't
attack.
mind actually a kill right now, but not really the best time of the day.
It's daytime, so not good for night, but he's just gonna farm up a little bit more.
Dire's bottom
Morphling,
tower is under
pressure on this
attack.
bottom tower right now. TD wants to actually stop this. Active to fly. This niggle on the end. Morphling actually put a lot of points into agility right now. Very confident in himself. 68 to 25 is actually the way he's morphed himself. And DD's looking for it. He's actually on the he's on the run. Run in and run out. Get damaged. He does have that roar. And this time this would be actually probably the better time to do it, but the Morphling waves up and just harasses DD back.
And kills the Colby as well. In my head, some 4 people actually can gather around, followed by TyLoo on the top lane. And if they're moving down the river, they might actually cover their track.
Possible on the top. Block's gonna look for an ultimate, he gets it! Leshrac, there's no cogs, it's just mini stuns, that's all they need in this one. And Night Stalker TP's in. Goes straight for Silver, the feed goes on, but now maybe TyLoo can make the most of this. Fissure goes on Clockwork Goblin, they've got to try and fall back. Restoration's up front face, so his team will stay alive. All
Dire's
5 players down for
bottom tower is under
TyLoo,
attack.
up on the top lane. And Myth gonna hold on top of their own tower.
Beastmaster are using his Hawk to actually score a little bit more. Dang, completed on Clockwork Goblin. But his hook is not cool.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Smoked up.
Morphin's gonna take bottom lane, while all of
Dire's
TyLoo are on the top.
structures are fortified.
Fortification goes up and Clockwork actually TP's in. Rockets on the Morph. Morph doesn't even
Dire's
care, he's just
bottom
hit the
tower
tower right
has
now.
fallen.
An attempted deny as well by Clockwork Goblin. And also it looks like he's actually trying to be a little bit more aggressive on the Morphling. Morphling is away if he's actually going to replicate by a TP scroll and jump back out again, or maybe he won't.
Rock it on!
Clock pops the rocket, but Morphling is long gone.
TP's back to heal up and then using his replica to jump back in and again. Replicate is on being hunted by Clockwork Goblin, but not just in time. Morphling managed to replicate it just before Clockwork kills it.
Yeah, didn't get a massive regen. It was enough for the health, but not enough for the mana.
Illusion.
But still, he's powerful enough without that mana.
Lackle's really out-farming that Spectre, but TyLoo
Radiant's
using
middle
this
tower.
opportunity where
Radiant
Morphin cannot join in
structures
time
are fortified.
to crash at a tier 1 tower, and which is not going to be defended, I believe.
Oh, it is now. TP's coming from behind. Night Stalker and Windrunner. Fortification's gone.
Radiant's
Power
middle
shot
tower
through.
is under
And
attack.
well, now DD, little bit of trouble. Night Stalker pops the ultimate. So if they want to try, they
Radiant's
can, but
middle
Clockwork
tower has
banking on it.
fallen.
Tier 1 tower goes down.
Witchdoctor gets blasted. Another TP actually coming in, the Earthshaker TP's in. But TyLoo are gone already.
That's a little bit too late. Point out Morphling has actually pushed all the way to the tier 2 tower. Even taken off 200 HP points of it.
Currently looking on the scoreboard there. 1,500 gold up again. While the house only got 1,000 up. So Spectre's really trading in behind.
XP per minute 502 for the Morphling. 502. Gold per minute sitting at 400 at the moment.
We can actually see a huge difference in gold there, and it's just that Morphling out-farming everyone on the map.
Yeah. Has had a little bit of a small drop. That little battle up on the top lane. And the Radiant just lost a little bit of ground on the Dire.
The Radiant are moving in now. It's nighttime, so
they're
Stalker moving around.
Block's got to be really, really careful.
Oh,
and
time
Night
is
Stalker, DD low HP. Gonna try and TP. Will have enough damage. Yes, with the fissure.
Home.
Just enough.
Just on time.
Ooh.
Jagger should actually pop split the manages to hit that Clockwork Goblin. But 3-3 and the fat Morphling currently looking really good for Trust.
Yeah, Spectre's actually been put down towards the bottom lane. Funny enough, Morphling actually replicated Spectre just to actually harass down Faith. The more damage that she has done to that turret, actually, I believe
He's going on Faith. He's going on Faith. He gets the heal.
Wow, Silver, there was nothing he could have done.
Morphling does not even care.
Dire's middle tower is under
Top
attack.
lane clock goes down. Leshrac gets the last hit. There was a Shackle as well as a Fissure helping out.
Dire's top
Spectre
tower is
decided to
under
haunt,
attack.
but did not jump to anything because there was no support up there.
Really looking bad for TyLoo at the moment. Morphling is just
Dire's
being
middle
far more
tower
damage to
is
Spectre
under
than
attack.
Spectre does to him.
Yeah, MiTH-Trust, I'm pretty sure whoever plays MiTH-Trust next will actually ban Morphling. But then again, with the last hitting
Dire's top
capabilities right
tower
now
is under attack.
I want to say his name, man. Looks like
Blackle.
Tilt. Thanks, man.
Dire's
And,
top tower has
Nice
fallen.
getting that last hit on the tower. So Trust in an extremely strong position at the moment. TyLoo's face Witchdoctor. Die 2 times solo to that Morphling.
And this is looking very, very shaky for TyLoo. There's still not many kills on the board. A lot of it is just coming down to like
Dire's bottom
positioning,
tower is
when to
under
push,
attack.
how to harass. And MiTH-Trust are doing a very, very good job at TyLoo there. They also want to bank later on the game too. They do have Spectre. And Spectre gets a decent amount of farm, which he's trying to get on the bottom lane. We've got Vanguard and 1800 gold right now. So wants to get towards Radiance. Actually, even then, would you even recommend Silver actually goes for Radiance, considering Morphling's just gonna copy him?
Not quite sure, but he's going on Silver once again. And Horde actually coming in there to review the positions of MiTH-Trust. Excellent power shot. And they're going at TyLoo. DD is probably going to be dying before he gets out anything.
Yes,
Phase is stuck there. The Phase will go down.
Out.
Another kill gained by the MiTH-Trust, and they're going on the Vengeful Spirit. He's feared, he's voided out.
Dyer's bottom
One more
tower
power
is
shot, he
under
should seal his
attack.
death.
Rocket's trying to help out though. Nice Dog actually can't get the last tick clock. Now what goes down? They're going to bring down Windrunner. Good turnaround here by TyLoo. A work goes down in the end though.
Dyer's bottom tower
And
has
Windrunner
fallen.
actually buys back into the game at this point.
And meanwhile, Morphling already killing another tower there. And pressuring the tier 3 tower. It's just always this way, 4 people ganking for MiTH-Trust, Morphling farming, and pushing towers.
Killing spree.
Not quite sure if something is already in the chicken or not.
Alright, my apologies for this. I think
We've currently had this going. Vegeta.
yeah, there we go.
Unfortunately, it is actually the one streaming out, so apologies for this, guys. Meanwhile, 8-4 is the score for MiTH-Trust. They're leading in kills, they're leading in farm, they're leading in everything. A huge difference in gold earned if we actually see it.
Whoa, man. Whoa, 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 whoa. Huge spike up. It looks like TyLoo want to try and do something about it. Power shot fly, so Faith, as well as Vengeful Spirit, know someone's hanging around here. There's Clockwork Goblin, activates the haste rune, tries to get towards the top. And Earthshaker, he's going to be the first one, and what a fissure! TyLoo thought they could do it. Power shot goes down, and Vengeful Spirit needs to get Faith to stop moving so Vengeful Spirit can heal. And VS on the way back.
Beastmaster currently having no use at all. I've not seen a single gang coming out from him.
Yasha and Ultimate Orb is currently up on Morphling.
Going for the same build as last time. And Aghanim Scepter up for Nightstalk as well.
Already at 24 minutes and that.
So this is looking extremely bad for TyLoo.
Of course, the Aghanim
Dyer's
Scepter
bottom
gives
tower is under
Nightstalker
attack.
obscured vision during the night time in the ratings. Was it 1,000? 1,000, 2,000 actually, I can even.
Yeah, it's basically the siren that Nightstalker has. It's got armor stalker, you can see through cliffs, through trees, through everything. So they have insane map control. You can give a gem on him, and he's actually gonna catch up.
Oh, they can see. They can see. The call goes. Spectral Haunts. Will they actually initiate? Myth falling back. The bounce stun goes. We still haven't seen Spec. Now he does actually jump. ES Fissure. Old Silver in place for the moment, but daggers himself back over the top. Shackle shot on DD. Power shot will go. Hits actually through Fate as
Dyer's
well.
middle tower is under attack.
But there's still not enough damage to kill somebody else. And Nightstalker wants to go again.
Dyer's
Five
middle
heroes up
tower
there,
has
but
fallen.
Morphling meanwhile pushing another lane. What
Yeah.
they're doing all the time. Morph is already level 17.
This is what MiTH-Trust did in their last game as well. This is why they're through into this point. Morphling
Dyer's
gets
middle
farmed,
tower
the
is
other
under
4 heroes
attack.
pressure top, and now they are going to pressure top. Vengeful Spirit, gotta be careful coming in close with Nightstalker. DD, Fissure, Shackle as well, not on the chain. VS blocks Beastmaster out and saves his life. That power shot would have killed him, but Morphling's in! There's Vengeful Spirit, is going to actually cop a lot of damage and actually gets brought down. Actually, no, yeah, he does. And now Earthshaker also held in place. Gets staffed across. And Clock can't get the kill. Shackle shot on Faith. Gonna line up the power and gets the power shot. Windrunner brings down Witch Doctor. Morphling actually purchases the Mana Soul and buys back in.
And Nightstalker still on the hunt for TyLoo CD and managed to get it.
CP's coming in. They should be able to claim Nightstalker here.
Currently very easy for them to do so. 11-7 to skill the score. And Morphling joining the fight, instantly taking one guy out, but unfortunately he died himself. to the Witch Doctor's death ward. Good placement there. Lackel's already back out in, and he's pushing out bot lane by his own.
Yeah, Morphling won't really care too much about that death as long as he was there to actually say, I can actually do this much damage. He was pretty low when he came in, and that was the only reason why that actually happened.
Pop that Madison, I believe, and just push the tier 3 tower.
He should be able to kill it. There's the TP coming in.
Dire's
He might even just bring down Silver as the one to do it. Right next to Morphling, the real one's fallen back. Morphling so much farm. He's actually at 210 creep stats for 48 at 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Manta, Lincoln's, and still 909 gold.
Silver having 4k gold in the bank, so he can finally buy up that Sacred Relic, which he does now.
I think they're thinking about initiating on the bottom lane right now. Morphling, the wave is actually on cooldown for another 3 seconds. They're about to go. Stun. Good gang. Ultimate from Witch Doctor even pops off here. And gets the hit, maybe not. Morphling replicates out again. What a play by Morphling. Waves into the trees and uses the replicate to jump out. That should have been a kill.
And just regen.
What? The fates are against TyLoo.
Dire's top tower is under
5-man
attack.
gang on Morphling, he just escaped like no problem.
We were talking about at the start of the game, the escape mechanisms. You got 4 of them, man. And he just used, what? 2.
And top lane being
Dire's
printed
top
to focus
tower
fire
is
on
under
the towers,
attack.
and that tower will fall as well. CDX
Dire's
moving in,
top
but you be
tower
careful,
has
he might actually
fallen.
just die there.
Should be okay for now, unless VS can get close enough for a swap. Already, MiTH-Trust falling back. In fact, even not wanting to fall back. MiTH-Trust want to be aggressive.
Yeah, they're smoked up there. Catching out a few heroes. Actually, Dr. Godwin is all by himself at the moment.
Oh, Clock. Where's the first stump? There's the lane up Fissure. Power shot as well, they don't get too close. Rocket goes, they do fall back. He pops the ulti, it's not close enough. Nice Stalker's looking for an advantage here. He wants Vengeful Spirit. He might even be able to claim it. Grave going, power shot, Fissure, VS still alive. Fate beats him up. Spec Horse 10, tries to do the damage. The bounce gun going between Windrunner as well as Night Stalker.
Dire's
Good
bottom
one there
tower
by
is under
TD. Now Phil misplay. He has also dropped down the oldie. Night Stalker buys back, but he has also takes a fall. 2 deaths for MiTH-Trust as well as a blind
Dire's
back.
bottom tower
But in the
has
meantime,
fallen.
Morphling is pushed in the bottom lane, taking out the tier 3 tower.
And he just hits down that clock of Godwin.
Oh, he's gonna get him.
He's gonna get him.
Didn't you see me wait?
Holy Hannah, man. Holy Hannah. TP out, leave your replicate hanging around. Or is there? Actually, no, he doesn't have a replicate.
Dire's middle
Get the walk
tower
back.
is under attack.
Morphling has to walk. What is this?
Something different. But either way, it's just a great play by Morphling overall. Not quite sure what TyLoo are thinking, but Morphling just goes, you come down, I kill you, and we're done.
530 gold a minute. 675 XP a minute.
And if we actually look at the gold, actually even past the 10k mark, it's actually 12k more.
Oop, there's the right one.
14k more.
14,000 gold advantage for the Radiant. This is MUFC.
And MiTH-Trust, man.
MiTH-Trust, sorry. MiTH-Trust. Well, my bad.
We're gonna be covering MUFC later on.
That's true. The MiTH-Trust.
Finally, Radiant's up on silver.
Roshan's up. Even a rocket popping down there. I think they just thought Morphling was going to kill him by himself. BT's once again for Morphling. We've seen this before. This is exactly what he did last time. Attack, attack, attack. Use all your mana up. And it's almost like using like a BT Tinker kind of style, which we saw in the last game. But this time he just makes a replicate. BT's back to base, regens up, and then jumps back to his replicate.
And MiTH-Trust fourth and was smoked up. Except Morphling, of course, because he's just pushing by himself.
And now not by himself, he's got a Spectre to help him out. Waves up, Hour Terror goes, blocks the ulti, but he actually jumped himself back in again. He decides that the thing's correct. The wave's still on cooldown. They might bring him down, they do bring him down.
Your bones will
No escaping from that. The replicate was not the right position for that. And now Morphling has 70 seconds to think about what just happened.
Yeah, just a little bit, they put it overconfident. MiTH-Trust and currently on top lane, they're pushing. No speed to defend, but Silver's coming in.
You don't give TyLoo anything, man. And to lose that, like even now, Morphling is still looking awesome for farm.
Invisibility.
But you have these moments when the rest of his team, they don't have him up now. So TyLoo can be aggressive now with a deep warning here by Windrunner. Spectre is up on the top as well.
But should be careful. I think they wanted to go on that Spectre.
I think Spec's bait, man.
Spec is being used as a bait.
Rock! Ooh!
Cowboy just misses on the hook shot.
If he landed it, man, then he would actually probably be dead because there was not enough support close enough. I think you should actually be happy that didn't actually hit. MiTH-Trust was just a little bit too far away.
I'm looking at Spectre's farm. He's got 1k in the bank, which is not enough to buy up anything yet. The one who, to be fair, is actually Morphling. Actually, he's got 6k on Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre needs to actually farm a little bit more. DD is 117 as well. 122 and 132, that's been the Night Stalker and the Windrunner respectively.
TyLoo on the back foot though, they can't really go out. There's a ward watching, an observer ward there from our Radiant side. Whenever they move into the top lane or into the jungle. And looking like the same thing all over again. 4 people of MiTH-Trust pressing top lane while Morphling pushes down bottom. This time there's no tower to defend it. Morphling's already in it. And all the while TyLoo actually
getting ganked top. Launch in, Clockwork, misses the cogs. Let's should get away. They're still chasing. The Fidget slowing him down. Morphling is going to bring down the bottom lane while all this is happening. While the battle happens on the top, we do lose space. Morphling is ripping the bottom rack. DD, we're going to rock down on top of Night Stalker. Spectre brings down the track. It's one down for either side, but it's the Morphling in the bottom lane. He is trying to bring down the Spectre and then the racks. The top lane is gone now.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
And
attack.
meaty wreck will fall there apparently.
TP, double on it. Forces the Morphling to retreat. And now Clockwork also called out. Night Stalker one set. The Fidget's going to help. DD's going to come up to help out as well. Pops the pipe. Morphling's back again. It's not over yet. One more hit. One more hit. He falls back.
He's using the replicate.
Replicate, it's not enough though. The real one's going to do it. 16 HP on the melee racks. The replicate is gone. The Morphling has no mana. He can PT back and that's what he's going to do. But he'll just jump in there at some point in the very, very near future and just get the last hit.
Looking really bad there for TyLoo. They did not even win that fight on top lane.
Yeah, 13 to 11 is where the kill count sits. 35 minutes in.
Keep tabs on the Amanda style and boost the turn Morphling. You can just going anytime you want to.
It's hard, man. It's like while we're trying to watch, like people down there in the US trying to watch the top lane battle while watching Morphling push through. We can't do it. TyLoo can't do it.
And it looks like TyLoo, they were really eager to actually push down that bottom lane themselves. Get something back in return. Meanwhile, the Morphling's moving to the mid lane, pushing that tier 2 tower, just popping that
Dire's
mana
middle
side and
tower
hitting it
is
down.
under attack.
Well, our bottom
Radiant's
lane has
bottom
been
tower,
defended by range by
Dire's middle
Windrunner.
tower has fallen.
The Shrek decided to actually
Radiant
push in on that.
structures
That's
are
not really a good
fortified.
idea. Earthshaker, a little bit too close, just ended
Morphling is moving in. Morphling is going.
Radiant's
going.
bottom tower has
Clock.
fallen.
Can he stop him? Can he stop him? The TPs are there, and he does with the cogs. Blocked! Blocked! The mini stun's gonna go! What an over from Clockwork! But now, jumps to the replicate. Spectre's gonna chase it. The dagger effect wears off. Morphling waves up. Clock's oldies on cooldown. They will not chase him out.
And then this time around, TyLoo were prepared for this. They knew exactly what Morphling was going to do.
Wow, that was... And of course, all this is happening to the Rax is actually regenerating. The Rax actually regenerate at a pretty fast rate. So it's not just one hit away from death now. It's up to 300, but once you lose it, it's gone.
Yeah, it looks like in TyLoo they were circling around the Roshan bit.
At this point, they can probably do it too. The pre-waves are pushing across. But they do have only a little bit of room to actually breathe. And TyLoo do need something like a Roshan. Be it a Roshan kill or ganking off MiTH-Trust when they go for Roshan.
Yeah, this is what they would need. Windrunner's got ultimate overlap as well. Double 4-star from MiTH-Trust to actually not let Spectre hit anything. Gem of True Sight as well. Nice, so you can just currently looking at Morphling's gold account. He's got 2.9k in the bank once again. Probably gonna go for the Skadi.
Engineer actually seen Night Stalker picking up a gem.
Yeah, because of his Agnes set there, he's got the global vision, so he can he always knows where the wards are. And then this time, MiTH-Trust 4 of them are pressuring top lane again.
Because while that happens, where is our orange Morphling?
And Morphling is currently... Oh, they're not finding
He's
him.
actually having... Oh! Bottom lane. Big where he is. You can't see because all the red dots are surrounding him. He's not dead yet. The top's going to be pushed while the TyLoo are killing Morphling. Tier 3 tower. They've already used this modification when Morphling pushed him before. Silver comes up. TyLoo TP's back. Morphling fires back in and then jumps to his replica in the bottom lane. So he's back in to fight again.
Managed to bring Morphling down, but that's it. Beautiful caught there. Actually, they're going on the top lane. Silver Goblin is chasing.
So be careful. Good vision. Holding TyLoo out. Our shot as well. Actually, it looks like our mid want to go for this. They should be able to get it though. That's why they want to do it. It's distraction. Morphling's in again. Hasn't popped the Manta yet. Now he pops the Manta. Space and VS. They are no match with it unless they pop the Maledict as well as the damage. Morphling forced to wave out. He will retreat, but while that happens, he pushes through the top. They go for the melee barracks. They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it. TyLoo can't stop it. The melee barracks is playing mid will fall back, or will they? Maybe overstaying the welcome. Soundstun goes down and Windrunner.
Dire's
Spectre's
bottom
on the
barracks
chase,
are
but
under
Morphling's
attack.
gone through the bottom. We've lost 2 melee barracks now. MiTH-Trust.
Radiant's middle
They're
tower is
crippling
under attack.
TyLoo.
Dire's
It's
bottom
double rack
barracks
there.
has
It's
fallen.
double rack. And MiTH-Trust is looking at a really strong position to finish this one. Clockwork Gunner being feared and avoided up there. Nightstalker is just chasing in a little bit down and creating enough space actually to move into the base. They want that range Rex as well. And Morphling, he just
Walk! Big ulti in, but the 4 stars everywhere. The cogs are useless in the end.
Spectre just does not have the same mobility as Morphling does. Morphling is actually currently in mid lane. They probably want to go for the mid lane as well. TyLoo, they can't defend on all lanes.
Morphling's also bought up a Reaver with the money he's actually got from the kills.
And 4 people on MiTH-Trust
Dire's
just going
top
on that range
barracks are
rack.
under attack.
While at the same time Morphling is hitting
Dire's
down with his
middle
mana
tower is
style.
under attack.
Look at the Agi Morph, man. With that Reaver, he's got 132 in agility. Silver comes
Dire's
in, and then Silver
top
gets
barracks
replicated on
has
himself. And he just leaves the replica to actually hit.
But meanwhile, the top range barracks are falling as well, so only mid lane still there. And mid lane is the shortest lane for MiTH-Trust. They will actually just go for Roshan, because TyLoo, they can't afford to go outside the base.
Yeah, Roshan will be able to get them to kill. The last one they need is this guy's right here.
Rock it
Tier
on!
3 tower and 1 melee racks and 1 range rack stand between Myth. And advancing here in the lower bracket goes TyLoo. Will they be removed? Will we actually see 2 Chinese teams out by the 3rd day? Nirvana CN, they dropped out yesterday with an amazing match by Mineski.
And looks like they just go for the mid push there. Morphling is leading on the front lines.
And Morphling. How fast will he go? Well, we've actually got Beastmaster stuck on the top. He does have a TP scroll. Phasing clock, hanging back, but Morphling now pops the Manta. Let's go straight for the tower. Tower takes a lot of damage. Altera goes DD, Raw. They want to bring down more. Maledict, ultimate from face. They might be able to pull it off. They don't. He waves up. Windrunner's out. Silver, they're trying to hold on. Will the Maledict pop him? Now we get back to the replica. But Wishlunner does get the last in. Windrunner also in over ahead. And they lose 2 and Morphling's on the sidelines for just over 80 seconds.
Yeah, TyLoo, they actually managed to hold it back, but currently it looks like just a matter of time when MiTH-Trust can get their game back up. One Spectre is out, and Windrunner actually goes for a buyback.
Really surprised they didn't go for Roshan before MiTH-Trust went for that push. Really, really surprised.
I'm surprised that MiTH-Trust and Windjust are not going for Roshan, because they could not do anything. TyLoo cannot actually leave their base. And they're too dependent on Spectre at the moment. So Spectre and Witch Doctor are the keys to bring down Morphling.
DD actually having some form of confidence now outside his own base. No mana, empty bottle, has to run back in again though. He's just out there for a little bit of de-warding if he can. True side on him, able to use the ball to do the rest. He's trying to help out, take out that top lane. And are we actually going to see the move towards Roshan? I think we are. Yes, got to come as well. Or maybe not, they're heading down towards the bottom lane where Specky is.
Yeah, if they can take out Spectre before the fight, this will actually spell GG for TyLoo instantly.
They won't though, Spectre already falling back.
And looking at Spectre's items, he's got Yasha completed as well as Diffuser Blade. So actually deals quite a lot of damage there to the support heroes. On the other hand, that Morphling, they could actually use a little bit of distraction once again. Push on 2 lanes, maybe going from top and bottom where the Rax is already falling, and then move towards mid.
Morphling's got to be careful not to actually throw his life away too fast. I love how Diffuser Blade's already up. Spectre wants to get rid of that replicate every single time. And now Spectre actually being very, very aggressive there on the Morphling. Morphling, adaptive strikes. Ball goes off because they're going in towards the middle lane. Trouble already for Night Stalker.
It was a
Called out once
killing.
again by TyLoo.
But Morphling, he's on bot lane there, but just managed to waving out.
They're going to look to actually catch him, but he's on the way out. But yes, TyLoo, even though they're currently 2 Raxes down,
They're clinching onto it.
here they are.
Even leading by 1 kill.
That's actually the first time this entire game that TyLoo actually have the advantage. I want to point out right now, actually, the graph is slowly coming down. There's still 15,000, or that's actually probably more like 17,000 difference between the teams. But that is one hell of a graph in favor of MiTH-Trust. If they lose this from now, then TyLoo will celebrate, and MiTH-Trust will be face farming 9,000.
Yeah, but currently still looking tighter. They need to win so many fights to actually come back into this game. They need to wreck themselves. And just look at top lane, even the tier 1 tower is not falling yet. TyLoo's only got 2 towers so far, which is nothing.
And so once you actually take them out, you've got to work your way through those towers to even get towards the racks. TyLoo in a very, very bad position. Do you actually see Beastmaster reporting a Reaver now?
Oh, I really don't understand why the Chinese teams are always trying to tank up that Beastmaster. Why not go for a dagger for the initiation?
At this point, they're probably just thinking we're going to try and outlast. Especially if Morphling wants to pop them. Windrunner. Just hanging around the mid. It's the last lane they need to push. Vengeful Spirit having to deal with this top lane right now. Not something she can do easily. DD comes up for support.
Incoming!
Bottom lane is Spectra.
It's just currently what MiTH-Trust are doing, they're sieging them. They're not letting TyLoo go and get out of the base at all.
Wow, not a single last hit missed. Not a single last hit missed. Actually now pushing out DD. DD is blocked. I think they're actually looking for a place to actually initiate on right now. They do have one more down there, and Night Stalker wants to come up. TyLoo, DD. Claw goes in. 4-star stays him up. Comes on the Night Stalker. Claw goes out. They want to bring him down. Stays is currently stunned. He can't drop his ulti on Malik just yet. And Night Stalker turns it around. The pipe goes off. And BKB.
Morphling the base.
Morphling.
In the base.
No. Morphling's going to take out the main base while the fight's going on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tackles holding TyLoo in place. They're trying to retreat back in again. Morphling, he gets the tower. He wants the barracks. DD is there. Morphling lays himself back out again. The tower is down. And the rest of MiTH, they're reforming here in the mid. Face in trouble. Power shot it through. Double kill for the Windrunner. Claim the 2 support heroes.
MiTH-Trust moving into the mid lane and currently looks really bad for TyLoo. Witch Doctor's up there. There's no Maledict to deal with that Morphling.
Actus Fissure, Shackle, Power. Night Stalker comes up,
middle
Clock
tower
jumps
is
onto
under
a track. Should be able to get the kill. Does get the kill. Spectra, daggers on Windrunner. Needs to run up higher. Morphling running back in the face, but Spectra does manage to actually get the Windrunner down. Wants to get the clock, wants to get the barracks. DD's back again. There is no Raw. It's on cooldown. He's got no mana though to actually use it when it comes off cooldown now. Wave goes up. DD CD, he's going to take a fall. Nice focus back again. Earthshaker comes in. Spectre's gone. Beastmaster's gone. Clockwork Goblins going to go down. Spectre fires back. They're trying to hold on to the barracks, but the other lanes, they still actually haven't pushed in right yet for MiTH-Trust. Morphling takes the fall finally. Hasn't bought back just yet. Spectre will try and defend the racks. And TyLoo, did they just hold that off?
They managed to hold it off just in time, but still, we see actually that both tier 4 towers actually taking a lot of damage from the creep waves as well. TyLoo managing to hold it off for them. They're stalling up time, but still, they don't have an advantage at all. It's just a matter of time when Morphling's gonna come in. They're wearing them out.
Yeah, this is it's looking like there's a faint glimmer of hope for TyLoo, but it's only very, very faint. Very, very small light. And I still don't know why MiTH haven't gone Roshan. They need, if they had Roshan during that, Morphling could have easily brought down the barracks.
Yeah, just right-click that barracks. And don't even care about the other heroes because Morphling does enough damage to do so, to take down them.
ES has the blink up now.
It's gonna help them.
Interesting the little Shrek build. Not a single level.
They're smoked out. They want to take out Spectre before the fight happens.
It could be possible, but Spectre's a very, very hard one to gank. They need to chain their stunts right. More staffing up. Give that little bit of extra booch. And Spectre already running back. They're rotating towards mid. They might find Vengeful. Vengeful's dead. Vengeful's gone. Vengeful's wasted.
No swap actually to take out Morphling.
Spectre actually affording the Manta Star finally. Morphling does actually respawn as well.
And TP's already into bot lane.
Morphling has actually completed that heart. Heart, BT, Lincoln's Manta. And he's used a lot of money for buyback though.
Yeah, but he's got the money. He's just getting the money back in now. And MiTH-Trust, the rest of them pushing mid lane while Morphling tries to come in from bottom. It's a split push once again, and TyLoo, it's so difficult to defend against a split push.
Yeah, it's almost impossible, especially when Morphling's the one doing the push with super seismic creeps on the bottom lanes. And the top lane is on the way in, and there's 2 siege creeps going that way as well. Morphling, he's already inside the base. Pops the Manta. He's taking TyLoo by himself. Does move himself back a little bit further. Lincoln Sphere does pop. And just replicates up the Spectre. Does a lot of damage to TyLoo. They're even just trying to kill it off. Adaptive strike on Faith. He wants the Witch Stock. He can easily get him too if he waves up. And the racks are dead.
BT racks being haunted by the Spectre.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Morphling still hitting. He waits.
So be careful now. BKB's better wear off. Clock jumps in. He grabs the ES. Nice dog is gone. ES is gone. Morphling forced back. The range barracks goes down, but the melee still lives. Morphling tries to get out. 2 down right now for MiTH-Trust.
Dire's middle tower.
Will she get the
Dire's
shot?
middle barracks has fallen. The Radiant now have mega creeps.
This is next to impossible right now for the hold off.
We've never seen a team come back from mega creeps.
The tier 4 is about, last tier 4 tower is 170 HP, at which point you can then attack the ancient fortress. The towers are the buffer, the fortress is indestructible until it goes down. But there's one guy, and I'm watching him on the bottom lane, and I'm pretty sure he's thinking about just jumping in there.
Yeah,
he has no mana though.
He's got no mana. He's just hitting it, he's just crashing every single lane. The Mega Creep's gonna do it for him.
Smoke for TyLoo. While he has no mana, they're thinking about jumping him. But unable to do so. They're already fallen back.
The only one to actually manage to hold off the super seismic creeps is Spectre.
There's actually a regen rune on the top lane if he can find it. Realises the rune's not on the bottom lane. Actually, there was only one ward down there. It's actually by Dire.
Diffuser Blade level 2 actually being purchased up by Spectre, but what does it help if you have Mega Creeps against you? It's currently basically Spectre against the world.
Yeah, this is looking to die, but TyLoo don't want to give up just yet.
And Morphling is coming back in. Morphling's there. He's just on the stairs. And now he moves down.
Thinking about it, Beastmaster completes up his heart in the meantime.
I have no freaking idea why that guy doesn't go for a dagger instead, but his choice.
do it with flair.
Morphling still not pushing in. The free wave doing it all by themselves.
Maybe I can go for Roshan.
This is why it's so hard to defend against Mega Creeps.
Yeah, they're going for Roshan. Morphling's actually just soloing him. And this time TyLoo can't do anything about it. For the first time they're gonna do it. Blocker knows what's going on, but can they actually hold him off? No, they can't.
Locke's thinking about jumping down there. It's gonna be suicide if he does. If he just keeps the vision, if he jumps right, he might be able to actually swipe off the Aegis. But it's gonna be a hard ask. The rest of his teammates, they're
Roshan
fighting.
has
In comes the
fallen to
judge.
the Radiant.
Clockwork picks up the Aegis. He's managed to actually swipe it. He will pop. But it was well worth it. He pops back up again. They will have to kill him. They do kill him. But that's cheeky.
Kabu's got again, snatching that Aegis. And Super Saiyan is pushing in once again. They can't defend on all lanes. And MiTH-Trust are going to go for the last one. Every single one of them is mid, apart from Morphling.
It's the push. It's the push. Push him down, kill him up. Fish goes up. Morphling just waves and just kills off Vengeful. Kills off Faith. Earthshaker does fall down too. Everyone's getting killed. Silver goes down. Windrun against that one. The share and share alike. And this will be GG call.
Radiant
MiTH-Trust
victory.
advance. TyLoo are out of the running of the Dota 2 International Tournament here at Gamescom 2011. Don't go anywhere. We got more Dota action coming up for you on the live stream. We've had some amazing games. There's going to be more. For people down the front here at Gamescom, come in, get yourself a seat. If you can't, definitely crowd around. You want to watch it on the two big screens we've got running here. Because if you do get inside, it's a free swag to the promotional girls and of course the nice guys from Valve toss out for you. So make sure you do pick up what you can. We'll be back in just a moment, guys.